What's going on, YouTube? We are back heading into week 4, Operation Supersize Me. We are getting big. It is time to grow, people. This is when it starts to get fun. We are getting some changes this week, so we're going to start with our updates. Super exciting. Body weight is shooting up now. Everything is sticking. We are starting to see real changes, so I'm so excited to share this with you guys. All right, let's dive into it. So, as you guys know, morning routine, everything stays the exact same. In the off season, you have to treat it like you're always on prep. Long before you are a pro, you have to act like a pro. And I hold myself to those very high standards day in, day out. Routine does not slip on job. We are grafting, people. We are grafting. So, little update this week. Finally saw the body weight stick with a food bump. We bumped food starting on Tuesday. Coach sent it over on Monday. We check in Mondays and Thursdays, so started it on Tuesday. So what are we at right now? We're at 4,080 calories. Broke the 4K mark. Super excited for that. So if you guys know, I love food. I love to eat, and honestly, my breakfast is so fire now. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen, but we'll get into that in a minute. But we're up to 4,080 calories, 576 grams of carbs. Thank you, Jesus. We feel like we're eating now. 67 grams of fat and 303 grams of protein. I can't lie, my appetite is going up as food goes up, as everything starts to set in. All the creatine is setting in now. So we're starting to feel really good on this push-up phase. We're only heading into week 4, so we're wrapping up week 3 today. Other changes, there is nothing. Everything else is the same. What we're doing is working. Nothing is changing. Training is staying the same. We're pushing ourselves. I wanted to talk a little bit about intensity and the way that you train. So many people right now, and non-training days stayed the same. So we're keeping that lower food. Just helps a little bit with insulin sensitivity. And also keeps your appetite really high. So if you have like those 3 higher days, it'll help you stay a little bit leaner. I always like the training non-training days. So food's high on those training days. So it's 3 days on high food, 1 day of rest with lower food. That also your metabolism will still be cranking like it's on that higher food. So to help you stay a little bit leaner when you're trying to grow as well. So that's why we're doing that. And for anyone who lacks appetite, it's super helpful just to keep you wanting more food versus being done with how much you're eating. For me, just give me all the carbs, baby. Give me all the food. They could always eat, man. Fact of their heart. But today we got pull day B on the menu. I want to talk a little bit about training intensity. So many people now are looking for the optimal exercise and these slow negative, these slow concentric. I'm from the camp that you need to control your reps. I do like the slow negatives, but you need to learn how to train hard first. If you do not know what training hard is, none of this shit matters. Go in the gym and push yourself so that you know what failure feels like. Now, I did that for years of drop sets, supersets, all of this, and pushed my body to the absolute limit. And I would not trade that experience for anything. Do I think I probably could have grown more by doing less? Yes, but I also needed that because that carried over into everything in my life of being able to push myself to absolute failure and exhaustion in an exercise now. And then just in like day-to-day life, I know how to get the most out of what I'm doing. I know how to stay locked in, and I really owe that to how I trained for years growing up. But now, we are dialed in with our reps, but you need to have that baseline of understanding what failure is first. Now, if there is a rep that, I'll take 50-50 reps right now. We're in the off season. If I might need a little bit of a forced rep, a little bit of a push at the end of a set, I'm going to take that. But I'll note that in my notebook and say that was the 9th rep, I'll write 8 plus 1. So that I know that I did 8 reps, and then the last one, I got 50% of it, and then someone gave me a little push. So yeah, that's how I'm logging that in my notebook. but this is the time for me to really push in the gym. So I will take those sets to absolute failure. I do have my intensifiers in. When we go into diet phase, I generally pull some of that off just because we're going to be looking more to just maintain muscle versus grow muscle, but I'll keep my intensity super high. It's just I'm not going to take that 50-50 rep and trash my recovery. So knowing how to change your training from a perspective of that, it's not like I'm going to change every exercise because I'm dieting. I'm just going to change certain little nuances in the way that I'm executing in order for me to get the most out of my recovery when I'm in a diet phase. Right now, we're plenty fed, so we are going to push the shit out of ourselves every single day. All right, guys, so what do we got today? Pull day B. You guys saw pull day A on my first week, so we're going to go pull day B today. Starting off with a frontal plane 2-arm pull down. Really like these. We'll go through an underhand single arm high to low row. Then we got a low to high row for mid and upper back. Then we got a single arm row on the panada. Love that one. Lower lats are really starting to pop in. And then we got a seated high row, just straight for upper back to finish it off with a set of Kelso shrugs. We got some biceps and some rear delts in there. Just really prioritizing my bigger muscle groups. And then we'll have 6 sets of biceps, 2 sets of rear delts, and that's job done. Just be on job. Remember, we want to check the box. We don't want to just smash straight through it and trash our recovery. So I'm going to go get my second coffee of the day, pre-workout coffee, and then it'll almost be time to face the demons. I'll see you guys on the way to the gym. Alrighty, guys, we are headed over to the Mecca for pull day B. It is time to smash back today. I cannot wait. I wasn't to lift today. Feeling great. Energy is great. I cannot wait to absolutely burn today. Don't mind this. Let me put that thing on so you guys don't gotta listen to that. No retakes, one take. We are transparent here. Everything we say is straight from the dome. So, pull day B, I already broke it down for you guys. So, once we get into the gym, do our core work as a warm-up, just bracing stuff, just trying to keep the waist as tight as possible while we're pushing up body weight, pushing up food. And I think it's been working so far. So, we're going to keep grafting away, keep doing it, man. So, first day on the 3-day trot today. Always wake up super hungry after a low food day, man. So I'll be looking forward to my big bowl of creamy rice post-workout today. Really miss that on non-training days, but gotta stay on job. There's a job to be done. So back to training in hoodies. I just really like to train in a hoodie. We'll see how warm it is in Bev's today. It's not as bad outside. Ambulance. So if it's not crazy hot, I'll definitely train in a hoodie. I just don't like getting caught looking at myself in the mirror while that I'm training. I just want to focus on getting the job done. I'm not there to stare at myself in the mirror. We'll save that for when we're posing, when we're getting on stage and doing all that. But in the gym, I just want to focus on my training. I don't want to focus on how I'm looking, anything like that, because it's just mentally taxing. It distracts me from the job at hand. It distracts me from what I'm there to do, which is push as hard as I can and connect with my muscles the best that I can and just drive progression. It's not always about the pump that day or anything like that. Some days you'll feel a little bit flatter while you're training. It's really just about me beating what I did the week prior. So we got to beat the sheet, baby. Beat the sheet. And even if I don't, that means we're just doing it better this week. That is the goal. Better is better, not more is better. So, with that being said, I like to break my back day down into 5 exercises and just do 1 top set, 1 back on set. So if you only got 2 sets of a movement, you have to take it to that point every single set that you're doing. You're not leaving anything on the table today. You're leaving everything in the gym. So you guys will see my training session. I'll break it down with the voiceover. I'm going to start sipping on my pump. As always, it's Core Nutritionals. We got pink Venom flavor today, so a little bit of pink lemonade action going down, and then the weights are going to go down. Oh, those weights better be scared. Hope it's kind of empty in the gym today, back day. I like when it's empty because that means I can use the machines that I have programmed without having to wait. But if not, we make it work because it's a job to be done. Staying on job. And one little thing I'll touch on in another video is people always talk about balance. To me, I'm obsessed with bodybuilding. I'm obsessed with training. This is what I want to do. So why do I need to do something else? Just to do it. For me, I want to go pro. I'm obsessed with the dream. So I'm going to put all of my effort into the dream. Even if other people don't understand that, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, that's my life. I choose what I do. And that's not being arrogant to having other passions and other things. It's just, this is what I want to do every day. I enjoy the entire lifestyle of it. I enjoy the 24 hours. I want to go to bed at a certain time. I want to eat my meals at a certain time. I want to cook my meal prep. I want to have all of my stuff prepped for the week. Like, that's what drives me, not only in lifting, but in my personal life and in my work life as well. That's what drives me to be the best coach and leader that I can. So, yeah, that's my little rant, guys. And I'll break that down in a much longer video. But don't want to take too much because I want you guys to see the training today. So let's start sipping on this pre. Just the pump. Again, no caffeine. I don't need caffeine pre-workout. I'm already wired. I had my coffee. I'm good to go. All right, I will see you guys in the gym. Let's get it. Alrighty, guys. So I'm an idiot and I filmed the first exercise the wrong way. So apologize for that. But first exercise is a lat pull down. Notice how I'm keeping my torso straight upright and just focusing on driving my elbows down to my pockets. So I'm not leaning back with this. I'm trying to target my lats, not my upper back. So this is all teres and lat biased pull downs, and these felt fantastic. I switched it out. I was using a plate loaded machine. The cable gives me a little bit more freedom for my joints, and this just felt fantastic. Honestly, the machine I usually use was taken, so I gave this one a run, and I was warming up on it, and the machine came free, and I was like, this just feels so much better. So I don't know why I was using the plate loaded one. But moving on to exercise 2, single arm high row. So this is also a lat bias movement. Notice how my posture does not change. So when you're trying to target your lats, you want to think about engaging your glutes and squeezing your core. And that's actually really for every movement that you do. That's going to be the most stable base. So you can't fire a cannon out of a canoe. Squeeze your glutes, tuck your hips under, but keep your chest up for lat bias movements. So for this one, really focusing on that squeeze in the end range, getting a good contraction and then controlling it back up. Control does not mean slow, and this is what intensity looks like. Grinding towards the last few reps. I'm going to take those 50-50 reps now because of how I'm recovering and how I'm feeling. So we're going to give that a run for a week or two, and if I'm starting to feel really beat up, we'll pull off some of these set extenders before we change anything with our volume. But really push this till absolute failure, as you guys can see, really digging for these reps. Next exercise we had, and this was not a great angle, but the gym was packed, so I tried my best for y'all. This was a huge PR, 3 plates aside, super excited with this. This is in upper back row, low to high. So all I'm thinking here is about squeezing a pencil between my scaps as hard as I can, getting a 1-second stretch. So you want to let your scaps round forward while keeping your chest up. And same thing, it's okay for your hips on this one to be in front of your shoulders. So keeping that stable base, pulling your chest through the pad, hips can stay in front of your shoulders. That is how you're really going to get into those upper back muscles. Moving on, we have a single arm row. So set up for this one. I'm pushing away with the opposite hand. I want my same side working hip to be back. That's going to allow for the full stretch of your lat, because that is where it ties in, is all the way to that hip. So you want to feel that full stretch all the way to the end. Let your scap go forward, keeping your posture the same, chest up. People try to drive these back way too far. I literally can feel my lat grab this weight. This was a phenomenal pump, a perfect setup, and again, pushing till failure. Last exercise we had, an upper back seated row. So this one, I don't really care about how my hands are positioned. It's about the elbow path. So notice we're driving my elbows out wide instead of tucking towards my rib cage. And this is, you could literally see my mid and upper back grabbing the weight. My hands are just hooks. I'm driving those elbows, getting a really good contraction at the top, getting that 1 second stretch and just pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. Especially last exercise of the day, you want to make sure that you're not leaving anything in the tank. Especially if you're not super experienced in the gym, which I figure most anyone watching this is probably pretty experienced, been training for a little bit. But if you haven't, you can push yourself a little bit and allow like a 10% buffer on that last rep. But yeah, guys, this session was awesome. I'll give you guys a session debrief. All right, quick session debrief. Don't mind the hair. This is true gym hair, and it is freaking a monsoon out here. It is pouring. Gotta love it. Just hoping that we keep power. Don't feel like having to not be able to have my favorite cream of rice when I get home. I'm praying I have power when I get there. But basically, today's session was spot on. We are grafting. That was the crazy, crazy, crazy pump, as you guys saw on that last exercise. We crushed it today. Then a little bit of extra food is really helping me with energy in the gym. I feel like an animal. I have not felt like this, honestly. Even in the whole last push-up phase, I did not feel this good. So we are in a really, really good spot right now. I'm really excited to see what we do over the next few months. We are just getting started, my friends. We are just getting started. Well, that job is done. Now it's time to go home, eat, relax, finish up my steps for the day. I like to do 5-minute digestion walks after every meal. So we'll finish that up. Apologize for the camera quality right now. It is pouring. I'm soaked. But I'm still getting it done for you guys. Still getting it done for anyone watching. As always, guys, check out my sponsors. Pride Foods, John Tennant, check out for your cream of rice, and Core Nutritionals for all of your supplement needs. Just tried their strawberry flavor. Oh my God. I always stayed away from strawberries flavored protein, only because growing up, that's all I had. I had buckets of it and I had to use it. So it's the first time I've been using a strawberry protein in quite some time, my friends. And it is absolutely nailed. Fantastic. Great workout. John out.